And we're back with more Hearts of Iron 4, New Persian Empire. Last time, we ended up pushing them out of the Middle East, the enemy out of the Middle East, and now we're pushing them out of Africa. The British are sure putting up a strong fight in Africa, and not so much of a strong fight in India, as all of the Indian forces, as well as British forces, are currently in China and Indochina, fighting off the Japanese and the Germans, as well as the reorganized Chinese and the Siamese. The Japanese are taking over Malaya, which is great news, and we are about to stop the American invasion, or American volunteer invasion of southern Arabia. We're starting to get these guys moving out to Arabia and spreading out along that entire border. Hopefully they'll be able to stop the American threat before it becomes anything more than what it is already. German Reich has declared war on the Soviet Union, which is not good for us because this could mean the end of the entire war. The Soviets are pressing up against our border at the moment, and I believe they will actually pull off to fight the Germans, who are winning the war at the moment. The Germans, I believe this is why they actually did this. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy about them doing this, this whole leave all of the German forces in Europe, because this means they can push up against the Soviets, who are currently in a state of despair still, I believe. And probably push into our lands. Hopefully they'll be able to capitulate the Soviet Union and hold all of this land, and eventually be able to push into Arabia and even Africa. They don't have any holds in there until Italy wants to send us more Fiat 626s, which are definitely welcome, although I believe that they're just light tanks. No, I don't think they are, actually. What are Fiat 626s? Is that motorized equipment? Well, that's motorized equipment. At any rate, we're still going to push up against the Americans. They get our improved artillery under research. We're about to have paratroopers as well. And pretty close to... Oh, actually, we've pushed them out, so we can stop these guys right here and right now. You don't need to go over there. What are you doing? That might be a problem. But I know that this isn't a problem. We're going to take this truck and we're going to cut them off here and destroy more British divisions. It's very sad that the Brits are doing this, in all honesty. I don't know what their point is doing it. What we need here is probably more desert infantry, but it is 1941, so we can get a new heavy tank underway. Kieselbosch Heritage would be nice. And after that, Immortal Corps. These guys are about halfway to their destination. Can we, though? Apparently we can help. I don't think I really want to at the moment, though. Because we're currently fighting a war in Africa. We can't really afford to move all of our troops up to the Soviet border. That would crush us in a 3-front war, I believe. Which could easily become a 4-front war if they invade along this coast. And then a 3 again, as that front merges. This is an issue with Germany. Germany doesn't need our help. I don't know why they're asking for it. Germany really doesn't need our help. They can push in and they can take Moscow As long as they take Moscow and Stalingrad, that will mean the end of the Soviet Union. Soviet Union will capitulate, and then they'll be able to push in and help us. As long as they have that, they'll also be fighting Sinkiang and Tenutuva, which they should be able to use Soviet infrastructure to help with that. So it's not really too big of a deal. We gotta stop these guys from destroying themselves in the offensive against the British Raj. And we are about to destroy some Finnish troops here in southern Arabia. As long as these guys can get stopped, we can move our entire desert corps into Africa and push again. Always push. We do not need any more help with the Middle East, apparently. I think Italy is going to push back against the Soviet Union, which is especially good at the moment as Germany pushes further toward Moscow. They're going to get more and more airfields captured from the Soviets, as the Soviets don't have too many in that area, and eventually have an entire air superiority factor over the entirety of this region. It looks like they did exactly what I thought they should do in the last episode, which was get a naval invasion going against Sweden here. Hopefully they do the other thing that I suggested that they do, which is move on the United Kingdom, but of course they're AI, and it's not like AI can really hear me or anything. So beyond that, we just pushed them out of Arabia, and we have German and Italian troops helping us hold Arabia. So now we can head in and get these guys taking the entirety of Africa now. I'm not sure how we want to do this. I know that we want this right here for Italy, and probably right down to, I guess, over here. Now, that's not too bad of an offensive line here. We can definitely do that, as our main army force is actually, yeah, we can stop these guys from moving at all, but our main army force is actually pushing pretty far in anyway. I guess it's not really our main army force, considering it's 7 divisions. But we don't have a very big military. We definitely should have had one before declaring on Turkey, because that would have been able to give us a lot more power in this war. But regardless, we are actually pulling it off here, by the looks of things. What are you guys doing? You need to take that. Maybe send this guy over here. Get these guys moving in on that. Actually, no. That's an airfield. Airfields are important. Airfields are always important. I don't care if you have air superiority. What? You only have 1 division. What are you going to do with 1 division? I don't care how much air superiority you have. 1 division isn't going to do shit against, evidently 32. Kingdom of Romania cedes Bessarabia to the Soviet Union. That's not good, because they're at war with the Soviets. What are they doing? Why? Soviet Union claims Bessarabia. Yeah, we just got that. We understand. So we can see how early the war started. The Soviet Union is still in a state of despair, and they still haven't taken Estonia or Bessarabia at the start of the war. Now they have Bessarabia, but they won't get Estonia before Moscow falls, I'm theorizing. They're still pushing into Turkey, which will take it for the Soviet Union rather than Turkey. That isn't really too big of an issue. It is for Italy, but not really for us. Thought it said we could push there. Apparently not. So we've got all of these guys, and they're going to be pushing up soon. I'm not too worried about anything right now, because we do have the ability to take all of Africa at the moment as the new Persian Empire. I think in the peace deal, if the Axis wins the war, we're going to settle for the entirety of Africa, the entirety of the Middle East, and Turkey as well. Because we will have the ability to do that, considering how many points we're getting from just how many points we're going to get from taking the entirety of Africa as it is. There's quite a bit of points. I believe it'll be somewhere in the tens of thousands, actually, for taking the entirety of... What's going on here? Okay. The entirety of Africa. Because as you can see, there are lots of airfields, there are lots of cities that are worth one victory point, plus all of the little provinces. Leopoldsville over here is the capital of Belgium. It's worth 3 victory points. Free French state. Apparently theirs is French West Africa, which is... it's not even a city. So I don't even know how they could claim that's their capital. South Africa taking Pretoria gives us 10. We won't be able to take anything from Portugal unless Portugal joins the Allies. Nothing from Liberia unless Liberia joins the Allies and declares war on us. And at the moment, I think we're actually winning. I think we are definitely winning. And it doesn't look like the British have spared any more manpower to try and navally invade us in Arabia, which is definitely good. I don't think the United States is going to give them any more volunteer forces to help with that either, which is also a very, very good thing. Call to arms request from Japan. I don't think I want to do that because we're already at war with them. What are you talking about? We're already at war with all of those guys. Stop asking. Yes, I will go to war with them. We are already at war with them. I think we need closed economy. No resources will be exported. So that'll give us even more resources. So let's see if we can actually... we have a surplus of steel now. So we can settle to decrease the amount of factories that we're trading for steel and tungsten as well, because now we have tungsten. We actually have tungsten of our own. Now we're regaining land for Italy and taking it from the United Kingdom and France here in Africa, and that's actually going to help us out a lot in the long run because it'll give us a lot of resources, I believe. No, apparently not. There are no resources in Africa except for rubber. Rubber is definitely good. That'll mean we don't have to trade with scumbags out there in Indochina. I believe Siam is who we're trading at the moment. No, actually German Reich. So they aren't scumbags. Apparently they're trying to navally invade Sicily, but that just failed very, very miserably. Nationalist Spain is in the Axis. If Nationalist Spain could join our war... we do have pretty much the entirety of Egypt at the moment. Modern day Egypt, at least. And we're going to move guys up even further as time progresses. We don't seem to have a lot of deployment going on here because we are low on manpower. Now, resistance to occupation in Damascus, not that I really care too much. Free dockyards, so let's get more submarines going. We're getting a few per year. That's like one every 3 months at the moment. Not bad, not bad. Kizilbash Heritage is finished, and now we can get our Immortal Core out. This will help us with territorial acquisition in Africa, I hope. And actually, we don't even need to bother just going balanced approach with these orders. We can go aggressive and take all of it as soon as possible before they get more troops out to stop us, at least. And at the moment, doesn't look too great for us. We are pushing into the British Raj at the moment, which means... Ooh. Don't mind if I do Synthetic Factory. I will take that. But they do have a lot of divisions covering this entire thing here. Let's send these guys in with these guys. And actually get these guys helping in that battle. Looks like we got it. I'm gonna be able to take this. They want to give us a lot of good equipment there. Yeah, we're really spreading across Africa at the moment. I think Germany is doing pretty well against the Soviets. They're getting pretty close to Stalingrad and Moscow, which are the two key points of no return for the Soviets. Once they take over Moscow and Stalingrad, Soviet Russia is basically done for, as far as I'm aware, at least. Unfulfilled import requests, I believe that would be America saying, I'm sorry, we're not going to fund your terror anymore. Let's get more submarines. We don't have any submarines actually deploying, though, at the moment. Air wings in the mission. Unfulfilled import requests. We do have what we need anyway. Just gonna modify all of this. Make sure that Siam is actually not able to do anything, but we do have rubber of our own at the moment, so it's not too big of a deal. And actually, if we can get these guys to move in behind, that would be great. So it looks like we're spreading across Africa pretty fast. I'm pretty happy about that. We've reached 19 minutes, so I'm going to continue this tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more energy tomorrow. I should probably be doing this after dinner every night rather than after lunch, because that means I probably have a lot more energy going into the day, and I'll actually be able to speak more and think faster than I have been in the last few videos as tensions have ramped up in the world. It doesn't really look like the United States is moving on us soon, especially since we started increasing relations with them. So they're pretty happy with us, the new Persian Empire. and they aren't in the Allies, but they probably will be soon. However, since it's been 20 minutes, thank you so much for watching, and remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this in the future. It's been nice. Very nice campaign, shaping up pretty well. Thank you so much for watching it again, and I will see you next time. Peace.